Welcome back to Barclays Player of the Month. We're here today to speak with Lucy Bronze, the Barclays FA WSL February Player of the Month. We'll have a chat, look back at the month she's had and analyse some footage. Of course, the COVID pandemic means we're still in lockdown, so we'll be getting in touch with this month's winner via video call. So, let's go do it. Hey Lucy Bronze, how you doing? Congratulations on being Barclays Player of the Month for February. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I must say your background's a little bit better than mine.
I don't fancy because I knew I was getting the top girl on. Liz, I've got to say to you, City started, it was a relatively slow start to the season, new manager, new players, yourself included, but now flying, 9 wins on the spin in WSL. What's changed? What happened?
I think our biggest problem was not having pre-season. Like I said, it was a new manager. All the other teams were same as the year before, a lot of the same players. I'm with Chloe and Sam, and all three of us are new. All three of us haven't really played together either, because I hadn't really played with Chloe a lot at England at the point. All these big players coming at one go, and it was all a bit rigid, and it just took time.
So you returned to City after being at Lyon for the 3 years, and you mentioned how rigid it was, the amount of players that came in. What was the City like before to the City you're now?
I walked into the club and I was like, nothing's changed, but everything's changed. It was kind of weird in a way. I knew everything is, I knew everyone was, I knew all the staff, all the kitchen staff, the cleaners. I knew everyone there, and then there was just certain things that were different, I guess, that have moved forward for the better.
When you was younger, you played midfield, didn't you, Lou?
Yeah.
What kind of midfield player was you? Was you that one that kept going forward?
Probably more of a Kante, a tackle, getting stuck in. I wasn't technically amazing or spraying passes or anything like that, but I was just there, winning the ball back, forward, backwards, joining in, defending. Yeah. Do you know why I got knocked out of playing midfield? Because,
why?
So I was 16, playing for the senior Sunderland team, and then this kid came along and she knocked me out of midfield. It was Jordan Nobbs. So she came to the team. She's a year younger, so she came a year after, and they were like, "Lucy Jordan's playing midfield now. You're going to be pushed out. You're going to be pushed out wide to right back." So that's kind of where I started playing right back, really.
But you mentioned you hadn't really played with Chloe Kelly. Someone I watched a lot at Everton, scored some really cool goals. And the way you guys play, obviously, they're quite wide. The wingers are quite wide, and you kind of do this inverted thing like the guys do.
You can see it with the men with what I wouldn't say we have a Cancelo role, but we kind of do that thing where we cover, and fullbacks can come and play inside a little bit as well as playing in the natural fullback, which I like it. Like modern day fullbacks in the Premier League, they add to the game. It's not just like a Gary Neville right back. Do you know what I mean? I think I've just added as I've gone along because I've been capable of doing more, and luckily the coaches that I've had have allowed me to do that.
I'll be a bit worried if I'm coming up against Chloe Kelly and Lucy Bronze backing her up. Is she helping you defensively as well?
Yeah, I mean, Chloe's brilliant to play defensive-wise because you work together, don't you? So I'm like, Chloe, stay. But she must think I talk to her like I talk to my dog. I'm like, stay, go, stay, hold. Yeah, but she's brilliant because she listens to me. That's all you need is she trusts in what I'm telling her to do. And then attacking-wise, I'm like, you do you, and I'm there to help you, to support you that way, and it's working.
Nice. When I speak to the players, I speak to a lot of them about when they played when they were younger. When you got to 12, you couldn't play at that standard that you obviously were at, which you were meant to be at. What happens then?
Do you know, I actually didn't know about it, and it was the manager of the boys team, and I think it must have been maybe 6 months before my 12th birthday. He said to my mum, "Oh, we want Lucy to stay. The lads do. I do. She's one of my best players. I want her in the team, but we're not allowed. The rules just say that she can't play anymore." So
you went to Sunderland, but there was a lot of travelling and stuff. The commuting, was it a problem? Was it a massive problem?
It was at the beginning. I was 12 years old, and my dad used to finish work early, pick me up literally outside the school gates, take us about an hour and a half, hour 45 to get there, train for an hour and a half. He used to cook my tea in the morning and then put in a little tub for me so I'd eat it in the car on the way to training. So it was tough, but I was lucky that my parents took me, and I just kept playing at Sunderland and just doing that trek every week.
So moving on to your goal, this is something I was going to ask you as well, Lucy, because you've got so much power, so much dynamism, so much technical ability. Do you score enough goals, Luce?
No. Everyone thinks that I score a lot of goals.
I genuinely
don't-
thought you did as well. When this ball goes in the air, you go into a position where the ball goes to. That's natural instinct. Watch what happens, Luce. Bang. So you've got something. I want to see Lucy Bronze blasting forward, man.
And maybe I've got that striker's instinct. Like, who knows? Who knows?
You know, I love it. This next bit is what I love about Lucy Bronze, simply because if you lose that ball, you're in trouble. And bam, gone. Gone, Lucy B. Gone,
That's
man.
like signature
Yeah,
Lucy
but that's
Bronze.
like people talking about, when we was looking at this, they were saying, oh, look how they break the press. I said, Lucy Bronze broke the press, man. She just went and took her on. Ends up being a really good goal, to be honest.
As I've got older and people are more aware of how I play, the space that I have has gotten smaller and smaller.
Sometimes, Luce, when I watch like this one, there, bam, look at your confidence. She's going to take them on.
I love it. I'm like, this is a challenge. Someone's coming tight to me, I'm gone. Like, see you later, I'm gone.
Bam, we're finished on that. The way you've got to where you've got to, World Player of the Year, everything you've done and everything, honestly, I've got so much admiration for everything what you've done up to this point. Congratulations again on being Barclays Player of the Month for February. You're awesome, Lucy Bronze.
Thank you.
The shortlist for March Barclays Player of the Month will be announced next week, so keep subscribed to all Barclays football social channels and make sure you vote.